My name is Kathy Jaskolski with kathyjaskolski.com. Today, we'll do a contemplation or an inquiry, getting curious about, are we tapping into our feminine qualities in our lives and in our creative projects so that we are really balanced with that listening, softening, and receptive part of ourselves. Begin by coming into a comfortable position. So it could be seated or lying down, and making sure that you feel warm, supported, and at ease. We'll bring the inquiry. Am I fully allowing and lining up with the feminine, more receptive, softening, and listening part of me? Go to your mind first and allow the mind to just kind of chew on that inquiry. Am I comfortable softening? Have I learned to listen with my inner ears and my inner eyes? Am I willing to do less and trust and receive more? Notice both the prickly edges of that inquiry as well as like the exciting or inviting pieces to it as well. Watch that there is a part of you that will want to organize and answer and figure out the inquiry rather than allowing it to just kind of simmer in the mind. Am I willing and able to open my inner ears and my inner eyes to get really curious? And what does that look like for me? What happens when I quit trying so hard? What happens when I unplug from the way everybody else is doing things and I just soften? You may find that the mind is darting around, flooding you with all kinds of ideas, and maybe even going to different, whole different inquiries or questions. Try to push away nothing, just stay present. Hold space for whatever the mind is presenting. Is it easy for me to soften, listen, and receive, or do I push back with that more feminine, gentle approach to life, to creativity, to my work, to my relationships? Now, if the mind still has lots more to stay with the mind. And if you're ready, see if you can begin to allow your attention to move from the mind to drop deeper within to the heart. As the mind moves, or the awareness moves from the mind to the heart, the answers are subtler. They're a little quieter. It's an invitation here to open your inner ears and your inner eyes. What does it feel like for me to soften? To listen to the still, soft whispers. To push less and receive more. To have faith and allow. What bubbles up may not come in the form of a sentence. It may not be clear. It might be a color, a feeling, a knowing, a sensation. And it may even be the opposite of what you expect. But know that the heart's wisdom is purely aligned for you. So see if you can stay with it. See if you can begin to open your awareness just a little bit further. Imagine the shoulder blades microscopically moving onto the back. The chest opening just a little bit more, and there's a little more space for the subtle. Watch that instinct to line things up and see if you can stay in a place of flowing curiosity. And then, if you're ready, begin to imagine extending that awareness beyond the heart to the outer edges of the limits of your body and the outer edges of the limits of what you know. So it's just beyond the periphery of the familiar. See if you can expand out into the limitless, expansive potential of the universe. And as I step out in that space myself and invite you to join me there, find that it's less and less, I'm less and less able to put words to that experience. It's more of a feeling sensation. Just imagine yourself expanding and get curious. What would it look like for me to soften more? How can I extend what I see and hear into a space that's limitless? What does it look and feel like to be willing to receive from the depth of my being? And then notice that there's a gift here for you. And you might even open your hands and turn them up and put them together as a gesture of a willingness to receive from this limitless field of potential. What you receive may be a curiosity to you. It may not make a lot of sense, but I invite you to just trust it. Imagine closing your hands around it and thanking all of life for offering you this gift. Imagine that as you're closing your hands around it, that this incredible gift is beginning to permeate every cell of your being. And notice how you're experiencing that. I invite you to bring your palms together at the center of chest with deep appreciation for this incredible experience. And you may find that you want to take a few moments as you're coming out to journal. Thank you so much for your willingness to get curious about the feminine, about softening, listening, and receiving. As it was intended, so it shall be. Om Shanti. Namaste.